One of the most profound truths about Christmas is this: Jesus came into the world as light, not just as a symbol of hope or an inspiring story, but as the literal light of the world, piercing the darkness of sin, pain, and separation from God. When John wrote about Jesus' coming, he didn't just talk about a baby in a manger. He described a cosmic event that changed everything. In John chapter 1, verse 5, it says, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." No matter how strong the darkness may seem in our lives or the world around us, it cannot extinguish the light of Jesus. It's a light that will never go out, never fade, and never fail. For this devotional, I want to share with you 3 things that the light of Jesus does for us. Firstly, Jesus' light brings clarity to our confusion. Have you ever walked into a dark room and stumbled around trying to find your way? And if you had kids, maybe stepping on a toy? That's what life is like without Jesus. It's disorientating. We make decisions based on incomplete information, and we struggle to understand what life is really about. But Jesus changes all of this. He said in John chapter 8, verse 12, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." Jesus' light also brings hope to our darkness. Darkness has a way of making us feel stuck, like there's no way forward. But Jesus doesn't just shine his light around us, he shines it ahead of us. In Matthew chapter 4, verse 16, it says, "The people living in the darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned." Jesus' light brings hope because it reminds us that the story isn't over. Darkness does not have the final word. Jesus stepped into the world to offer a new beginning, to show us that even in our darkest moments, God is still writing our story. And here's the amazing part. His light doesn't just illuminate our lives, it guides us. As we know in Psalms 119, verse 105, it says, "Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light to my path." And then finally, Jesus' light overcomes what we cannot. Here's the thing about darkness. You can't push it out on your own. You can't fix it. You can't reason with it or fight it on your own strength. But the moment light enters darkness, darkness has to leave. That's what Jesus did when he came into the world. He didn't just come to make us feel better, give us warm fuzzies. He came to defeat the darkness in our lives, our sin, our shame, and our separation from God. Once again, in John chapter 1, verse 5, "The light shines in the darkness." And I love this part. "And the darkness has not overcome it." Jesus overcomes the darkness of doubt. See, when doubt whispers, "What if God isn't there? What if he doesn't care? What if he can't help?" But the moment light shines, doubt loses its grip. Jesus' light reveals the truth about who God is and how much he loves us. Jesus not only helps us overcome doubt, but he helps us overcome depression. Depression is a darkness that feels suffocating. It convinces us that the light is gone forever, that hope has disappeared, and that joy is out of reach. But here's the truth. Even in our darkest valleys, the light of Christ is present. Psalms 23 verse 4 reminds us that even though I walk through the valley of darkness, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Jesus doesn't just shine his light from a distance. He steps into our darkness with us. Finally, Jesus helps us overcome the darkness of disappointment. This is probably one of the toughest things. Disappointment feels like the light has been turned off on our dreams, our plans, or even our faith. It can leave us bitter and broken, questioning if God even cares. But disappointment is no match for the light of Christ. In Romans chapter 8, verse 28, it tells us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." That's you, that's me. Disappointment may try to define us, but Jesus' light reminds us that God's plans are bigger than our setbacks. Someone needs to hear this. God's plans are bigger than your setbacks. So as you look at the twinkling lights on the Christmas trees or the flickering glow of a candle, let it remind us this Christmas season of the greatest gift ever given, the light of Christ. A light that brings clarity to confusion and hope to our darkness and overcomes what we cannot. Merry Christmas.